The African savanna stretched out under the scorching sun. Dust devils danced across the plains. A lone male lion, his mane a dark halo in the harsh light, surveyed his domain. His amber eyes, sharp and intelligent, missed nothing. This was his kingdom. He was king here. The lion's muscles rippled beneath his tawny coat. Scars, the marks of past battles, crisscrossed his flanks. They were a testament to his strength, a physical map of his victories. He had earned his place on the savannah. He had earned his right to be called king. He let out a low rumble, a sound that echoed across the plains. It was a sound of contentment, a sound of power. The sound carried with it a warning, a reminder to all who heard it. This was his territory. His rule was absolute. The wind shifted, carrying a new scent to the lion's keen nostrils. He lifted his head, his gaze sweeping the horizon. Something was out there, something that dared to challenge his authority. The hyenas gathered in the tall grass. Over 20 strong, their eyes, glinting with malice, were fixed on the lone lion. They were scavengers, opportunistic hunters. They relied on cunning and numbers, not on individual strength. The hyenas whined and giggled amongst themselves. A plan was forming, a strategy based on their advantage. They knew they couldn't overpower the lion in a fair fight. Their strength lay in their numbers, in their ability to wear down their prey. The lead hyena, larger and more scarred than the others, paced back and forth. He was assessing the situation, calculating the risks and rewards. The lion was a formidable opponent, but the lure of a potential meal was strong. He would not back down easily. Their hunger, fueled by the scent of the lion's kill from the day before, outweighed their fear. The hyenas were hungry, and they saw the lone lion as an obstacle to their next meal. This was their chance, a chance to steal a prize. The lion watched as the hyenas slowly emerged from the grass. They fanned out, forming a loose circle around him. Their movements were cautious, hesitant. They respected his power, but their hunger was a powerful motivator. He stood his ground, his muscles tensed, his tail whipping back and forth. His amber eyes followed their every move. He knew their tactics, their reliance on intimidation and numbers. He would not give them the satisfaction of seeing his fear. The air crackled with tension. The sun beat down on the savannah, baking the earth and amplifying the sense of impending conflict. The only sound was the rustling of the grass as the hyenas shifted their weight, their eyes never leaving their intended prey. The circle tightened. The hyenas were testing him, probing for any sign of weakness. The lead hyena let out a series of high-pitched yelps, urging the others forward. The time for caution was over. The battle was about to begin. Section 4. The Fury Unleashed. A young, foolish hyena, emboldened by the pack's confidence, darted forward. It snapped at the lion's flanks, trying to distract him, to throw him off balance. The lion, however, was too experienced to be caught off guard. With a speed that belied his size, the lion whirled around, his paw connecting with the hyena's shoulder. The sound of cracking bone echoed across the savannah. The hyena yelped in pain, tumbling head over heels. The other hyenas, emboldened by their companions' daring, pressed their attack. They lunged from all sides, snapping and snarling, trying to overwhelm the lion with their sheer ferocity. The air was filled with the sounds of their snarls and the lion's enraged growls. The lion fought back with the ferocity of a cornered predator. His claws flashed, leaving bloody streaks on the hyenas that dared to get too close. His roars, deep and guttural, shook the very ground beneath their feet. Section 5. Roar of the Victor. The lion knew he couldn't keep this up forever. He needed to end this quickly, decisively. He chose his moment carefully. As the hyenas surged forward in a coordinated attack, he unleashed the full force of his fury. With a roar that seemed to split the heavens, the lion charged. He slammed into the heart of the pack, scattering hyenas like leaves in a hurricane. His massive body became a weapon, knocking aside any who dared to stand in his way. The hyenas, taken aback by the suddenness and ferocity of his attack, faltered. Their carefully planned strategy crumbled in the face of the lion's raw power. Panic rippled through the pack. The lead hyena, his confidence shattered, let out a whimper of fear. He turned tail and fled, the rest of the pack quick to follow his lead. They melted back into the tall grass, their earlier bravado forgotten. Section 6. Shadows Retreat. The lion watched the retreating hyenas, his chest heaving, his flanks still marked by the scars of battle. He had won. He had proven once again why he was the undisputed king of his domain. The setting sun cast long shadows across the savannah, painting the scene in hues of orange and purple. The air, no longer filled with the sounds of battle, was filled with the chirping of insects and the distant calls of night birds. He stood there for a long moment, catching his breath, savouring his victory. The taste of blood, his own and that of his enemies, filled his mouth. He licked his wounds, the adrenaline slowly fading from his system. The savannah had fallen silent, the hyena's cries fading into the distance. The only sound was the lion's steady breathing as he surveyed his kingdom, once again at peace. Section 7. Legacy of the King. The encounter served as a stark reminder to all who witnessed it. The balance of power on the savannah was a delicate thing. The hyenas, for all their cunning and numbers, were ultimately at the mercy of the true king. The lion, his strength and courage reaffirmed, would continue to rule his domain. He would protect his pride, defend his territory, and ensure the survival of his line. He was a symbol of raw power, of untamed wilderness. The story of the lone lion and the hyenas would be passed down through generations, a cautionary tale for the hyenas, a reminder of their place in the grand scheme of things, and for the lion, a testament to his strength, his resilience, and his rightful place as king.